Hello.
And hello. Welcome to Anarchy in the Ukulele with me, Abbie Goldberg, and Paolo's here, Mr. Paul Mansell himself, in the building.
Yeah.
How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. Very well indeed. Nice to see you.
I know. Nice to do a little review with you.
Definitely.
Giving a little sneaky peek then. We are reviewing today the Kai KCI-90 Concert Ukulele.
Yeah. It's a nice little thing, isn't it? I'm not that aware of Kai, to be honest. I think they're a bit of a budget brand, aren't they? This is, how much is this?
£119 this one.
£119.
Yeah, I think they pip themselves as affordable quality ukuleles.
The sound of the ocean.
Sound of the ocean.
That's what it says in there.
I mean, it's nice to look at, isn't it, to start with?
Yeah, it's nice to look at. It's got a nice sort of patination on it. You can see that. It's got a maple top, laminate maple top, back and sides. It's nice. Got a new bone nut. Chrome enclosed tuners there. 18 frets. It's a nice looking thing. What I like about it is this is sort of quite fashionable though. It's got the sound hole.
I like the sound hole on the side like that.
Yeah, I think that always looks quite nice, and it's quite nicely finished, because sometimes you get the impression it's literally just a hole that they've cut there. Whereas that one's sort of quite nicely finished, and they've put a sort of, not a rosette, but a slight sort of.
Yeah, I like it. I like it there
him.
too. Oh, that's different actually there.
Yeah, slightly different. They could have potentially matched that a little bit actually. That one looks like that's been burnt in, maybe, I'm not sure. But it's a nice looking concert uke. It's pretty light, but it's nicely balanced. If you look, it's got a very slightly arched back as well. 18 frets. This one comes with standard, comes with fluorocarbon strings on it as well. It's got the gold frets. It's got the fret markers on the side as well, and a standard 35mm nut on it. It's a well balanced thing, and it's fairly nice to play. It's got a nice,
sounded nice.
Yeah, it's got a nice low action on it. And I always sort of think when you hold a uke, it should sort of balance quite well, and this one does. I think, to be honest, it feels a bit like what it is, a nice mid-range, low-end-ish ukulele. I mean, it's hard to say what's low-end and what's mid-range. Yeah. I think £100+ I think you're sort of getting
a little bit.
Yeah, a little sort of, maybe not for your first ukulele, maybe one to sort of work up to. It's a fairly bright sound, I would say, and fairly, maybe because it's got sort of relatively new strings on it, it's a little bit thin. That said, as you go up the neck, the intonation is really good, so it's staying in tune as we go up the neck. It's got a nice sound. You can get a fair bit of vibrato on it as well. It's relatively easy to play because it's got a fairly low action. In fact, it's got here, when you look at the 12th fret, it should be about 2.5 mils, which it is. Down here, it's very low.
Yeah.
Really low. It's not hitting. It's not sound. It's not hitting the frets, but it is really low there. So that just means that it's nice and easy to play. It's got quite a shiny neck as well, so it's sort of, as you move up the neck, it's relatively easy to move up and around the neck. Doing things, hammer offs and pull offs and slides, pretty easy. For me, it's just a little bit, I think, because potentially, if the action's, I'm not going to say it's too low, but it's definitely low.
Yeah.
That can affect the sound slightly. A higher action tends to give it a better sound, but at the same time, it can give you it can make it a bit harder to play. What are your thoughts on it? Have a little look.
I like it. I think it looks nice. It's obviously got the strap button. It comes with a free gig bag, I believe, as well.
Yeah, and quite a good one. I think
it's just behind you, just there.
Have it just here. Yeah, it's quite a nice padded bag actually that it comes with. A lot of the sort of cheaper ukes come with ones that aren't that good, but this one's nice.
Yeah, it's quite sturdy actually, doesn't it?
Yeah, you'd be happy if your uke was thrown about in that. So yeah, that's good.
I like it. It does feel nice, doesn't it? It doesn't feel.
Yeah.
It's not kind of.
Yeah, I'd be interested to know what it sounded like with a low G on it. Actually, that could just thicken the sound out a little bit. I mean, when I was tuning it up, it went in tune well,
easily.
and it stayed in tune pretty well. These are nice and sturdy, which I like. You've got these here are glued down, so sometimes on the cheaper ukuleles, these little bits at the bottom of the tuners aren't glued down,
So
they
it comes
rattle,
loose.
and then you
Okay.
get a buzz. But you know, they feel really sturdy, the tuners, so I like that as well.
Yeah, it doesn't feel like a cheap instrument, does it? It doesn't.
No, and the finish is good. The frets are very well finished. If you sort of run your hand, a good way to check it is run your hand down there. If your hand's going bump, bump, bump like that, you know there's a problem with the frets.
Yeah, but it's not at all. It's
But
completely
they're
smooth.
pretty smooth, and the finish on the body is quite nice, isn't
Yeah,
it?
it feels nice, doesn't it?
And like I say, it's got that slight arch on the back, which I like as well.
I'm just impressed that you said pull-offs and I didn't laugh like a child.
Should we do it again? And you laugh hysterically.
I like it. I think it seems like good value for money.
Yeah, I think it's sort of competing with the sort of low-end Carlas, isn't it? For that kind of money, the CEM Carlas, it's that kind of price, maybe a tiny little bit cheaper. But you know, I'd happily play this. Be interesting to see what it sort of settles down like. Yeah, shall we try a bit of singing with it as well?
we?
Yeah, give it a little go.
When you were here before, couldn't look you in the eye, just like an angel. Your skin makes me cry. You float like a feather in a beautiful world. You're so very special. I wish I was special, but I'm a creep. I'm a widow. What the hell am I doing here? I don't belong here. I don't belong here.
Actually, having just played that, I would say beautiful singing, by the way.
Oh, thank you. I was like, we haven't discussed how we're ending this.
Or starting it, in fact. I would say there's a slight, the sound variation isn't that great. So if you're sort of, you know, sometimes when you're playing a classical piece, you sort of, when you're playing here, is a bit mellow compared to here. Oh, I haven't said that. And I was going to say, when I was just strumming it, I couldn't get that much variation, but I think I'm going to talk myself out of that, actually. Yeah, it's just a little bit thin, I think, the sound. But I do like it. You know, I think once the strings have settled down, it's certainly, you know, well built, nice looking thing. Yeah, for £100+, I would happily play that. And I've got a feeling perhaps with some slightly better strings on, I think it would thicken the sound out and be really nice.
So would you recommend it to one of your students?
Yeah, I would, definitely.
Yeah.
And sort of if one of my students rocked up with one of these, I wouldn't roll my eyes to
Yeah.
the back of my head and think, oh, great, another one I've got to recommend a new ukulele for. No, I would say, yeah, definitely a good starter ukulele. Maybe even if you're looking to step up from something like a Macala Dolphin to that
Good next step.
good next step. Yeah, and yeah, looks like a good ukulele.
Perfect. And I think there are details below where you can get your hands on a copy. £119 this one is. And it is...
Copy.
A copy of it.
Copy.
They'll probably even send you an actual one for £119. Not just a copy.
You can get your hands on a
real, legit one.
on your own Kai KCI-90. Beautiful. Well, thank you so much for watching. Please, please, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring that bell. Oh, Bongo Boy's paying attention. Paolo, as always,
What?
It's been a dream.
Yes,
Always a
it
pleasure,
has.
never
Always
a chore.
Never a chore.
Do you
Enjoyed
want to say
that.
bye to the good people?
Bye, good people of the ukulele world.
Bye.